Let's get ready to rumble! If you are trying to decide between creatine gummies and capsules, I went ahead and picked up both to see what the everyday experience is actually like. They are both creatine, but after using them, I noticed some pretty big differences that don't really show up on the label. FYI, the creatine gummies were gifted to us to try, but as always, these are my honest thoughts. The Optimum Nutrition capsules, those were purchased separately. The first thing I noticed was the serving size, but the good news is that they actually taste really good. They are a little firm, but not so chewy that they stick to your teeth, so I don't mind taking them. The Optimum Nutrition capsules are the opposite. Instead of chewing gummies, you're taking 4 pretty large capsules a day. If you're not a fan of swallowing pills, that's something to keep in mind. The next difference is what you're actually getting. The gummies include creatine plus BCAAs, L-Carnitine, taurine, and vitamin B12. Those extra ingredients are commonly associated with things like muscle recovery, energy metabolism, and hydration during exercise. Although whether they're beneficial really depends on your diet, training, and what you're already taking, the Optimum Nutrition capsules take a much simpler approach by focusing strictly on the creatine monohydrate. Another thing I considered was the brands themselves. Optimum Nutrition has been around for decades and has built a strong reputation in the sports nutrition industry. They're well known for sticking with the basics, and this product reflects that. It's simply creatine monohydrate without a lot of extras. And on the other end, the creatine gummies come from a newer brand that's taken more of an all-in-one approach by combining creatine with several additional workout-focused ingredients. If you like the convenience of getting multiple ingredients in one serving, that might appeal to you. If you prefer buying each supplement separately, the Optimum Nutrition approach might make more sense. They are more of an all-in-one workout supplement. The Optimum Nutrition version is much more simpler. It's just creatine monohydrate from a brand that's been around for years and has a solid reputation. The one thing I wasn't expecting with the gummies is how much carbs they contain. So if you're following a keto or low-carb diet, that's definitely something I'd pay attention to. The capsules, on the other hand, they don't have that issue. Another thing I noticed is that both containers are surprisingly large. They take much more cabinet space than I expected. But the bigger surprise though is the number of servings. The gummies only give you 24 servings, while the Optimum Nutrition bottle gives you 100 servings. So if you're taking creatine every day, that's a pretty big difference. One small downside with the Optimum Nutrition capsules is the smell. When I opened the bottle, it had kind of an odd scent. It doesn't affect taking them, but it was definitely something I noticed. So after taking both for a while, I really don't think there's a clear winner. If you hate swallowing pills and like the idea of the extra workout ingredients, the gummies are definitely the more enjoyable option. But if you are looking for a simpler creatine with a lot more servings, fewer carbs, and a well-known brand, I'd probably lean towards the Optimum Nutrition capsules. At the end of the day, the best creatine is the one you'll actually take consistently. And hopefully seeing both side by side makes that decision a little bit easier. If you enjoy honest product comparisons like this, that's exactly what we do here. We compare products side by side, point out the things that don't always show up in the product page, and help you decide which one makes the most sense for your needs. If that sounds helpful, consider subscribing. And if there are any other supplements you'd like us to compare, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.